Live. Jan Wayne Swayze presents the FREE99 podcast. Be sure to follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Twitch, Instagram. Search FREE99 podcast. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out all the listeners. Jan in the building.
Gus sounding extra sexy.
Extra sexy.
You know I'm here for bitches. Rommel in the building.
What up, kinfolk? What up, twin? What the hell they say happened at 10? Man, I heard he got locked up again.
Okay, I'm the good homie Gus, customer service on episode 177 of the FREE99 podcast. We have a returning guest.
It is, right?
Returning guest.
Returning guest.
Right. Rommel, please introduce who we have in the building today, please.
Today, we have one of Uncle Tito's favorite pamangkin.
Hey.
SF State alum, Nike SB Grail Chaser, creating limitless art that can be found on exclusive limited releases, the stencil behind the Sisig, Adobe behind Adobo.
Oh.
Last name can be pronounced Wallace, but ain't no sweep here, bitch. The kid from Pittsburgh who's been going Super Saiyan with the crayons. I'm talking about Joe Wallace.
Joe Wallace in the building of the FREE99 podcast.
What an intro, man.
Yeah, Rommel does those.
I have a past life that I want to talk about today. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, what's up, Joe? Thank you for coming, man. Appreciate you partaking with us and, just bullshitting with us for a little bit, man.
Thank you for having me. Bullshitting is one of my favorite things to do.
Dude, we here for it. Eating, sleeping, bullshitting. That's the third favorite thing.
I had like an origin question, when did you realize that you were in love with like drawing? So, Uncle, people know you from the restaurant, but then I first stumbled across your profile because of the art. So, how did you like fall in love with the art? Like, when did that start?
Man, that's day one right there.
Yeah.
So since I was a kid, I probably have a lot of memories of just me drawing. My dad used to, I guess, own or run a paper business with his peoples, and
really,
I have memories of him.
Dunder Mifflin?
Yeah, Dunder Mifflin Company.
Jen looks lost. It's okay. It's all right, Jen. You can Google it.
Formerly known as Saber. But, my favorite cartoon character growing up was Marvin the Martian. And I had memories of him making me like big
Space
ass
modulator
drawing pads, like just with like just
all of him,
reams of paper with the cover of Marvin the Martian. You just bring that home for me to just draw in, and I'd have like my earliest memory of having those was probably like 3, 4.
Bro, you were drawing at 3?
Yeah.
I must have been a late bloomer. I don't think I was holding up my head at that age.
Nope.
Because I was just like, okay, I was just agreeing with everything.
I was drawing in the snow.
Did you go to Lake Tahoe a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, you one of them.
Yeah.
You one of them Filipinos.
Yeah, we didn't go there very much growing up.
I have one recollection of Lake Tahoe, and that's it. So your pops would actually like support your drawing, right? He would bring you reams of paper.
Maybe not support, but he just saw that I like to do it.
Yeah.
So, and I used to draw on the walls too. They always tell me
why.
this story where.
All right, we're peeling back the onion right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
he's like, "Stop drawing on these walls, motherfucker. Here's some paper."
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Man, so 3 you were drawing. What are you right now? 30?
32.
32.
Oh, must be nice. Enjoy that youth.
Yeah. Enjoy your lack of joint pains. So, I mean, let's just keep going from there. Started drawing at 3. In school, did you do were you the one who was picked to draw the yearbook cover, or did you do any artsy shit like that?
The posters for like the school play. Jan's nodding in the greens because he probably was that guy.
Exactly. It's always the dude who maybe shows a little bit of graph writing style, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's get that dude to do the letters." Yeah.
I mean,
I'm on Jan's team.
I was featured at Marine World one time.
Whoa! Yo, let's not talk about Uncle Tito. Let's just talk about that, dog. Because back then, Marine World was like the shit.
Africa, USA.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly. Back when there was a lot more animals.
Yeah. Shout out to the animals. I don't know what you did with them, Six Flags.
R.I.P. to the
no more.
animals.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
So talk about that. So you were fucking like showcased at Marine World?
I mean, I feel like they picked like a bunch of us. It wasn't just me. You know, I didn't win anything to do that, but
They're like,
you
we
know,
need Joe Wallace.
yeah, it wasn't nothing too crazy.
How much of that like helps you kind of like boost your ego or like made you think like, I think I'm going places with this?
I don't think I thought of it like that at the time. I was just like, I'm just gonna draw this whale and this roller coaster and like
A whale on a roller coaster?
Yeah, and fucking they just showed it there on the day we were there for the school picnic. And it was
It
cool.
must have been a killer whale because that's like what everyone
You
draws.
know, yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't, the orca or orca.
Yeah, it was Free Willy. You know?
Yeah. Not
So-
the sperm stuff.
What was Marvin the Martian was something you remember drawing? Did you have another favorite character that you always stuck to drawing?
Probably the Power Rangers a lot. Beast Wars.
Oh, Beast Wars Transformers.
Beast Wars was
Hey, the
pretty
movie's
dope.
coming out.
I know, I saw that.
You ready? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
those
we're
are the
talking,
days.
man. So, I mean, I see a lot of your drawings on your feed, and a lot of it's kind of like sports focused, which I
Yeah.
think is incredible.
Shout out to Sports Focus.
So, yeah, shout out to Sports Focus because
Real Bay Area shit.
I mean, we all know people who try to draw
Yeah.
like people, not in portrait or whatever, but they don't really look like them. You are able to kind of capture that look. I mean, like, did that take a while to develop? Do you not like drawing hands like everyone else?
Yeah.
or-
I'm bad at drawing hands.
Yeah,
You go
fuck
back
hands,
and like
dude.
look at my feet, all my hands are pretty bad, but I think so. This goes back to my childhood
Yeah.
and me being from Pittsburgh.
Shout out to P
We
World.
also moved to the Philippines when I was 8.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did we know that?
No.
no,
So you moved to the Philippines when you were 8.
yeah.
How
know-
was that for you?
Yeah. Did you know that in the Philippines, a lot of the there was a portion of Hanna-Barbera. If you guys like really know like old cartoons, they transitioned to Cartoon Network. Like Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff. A lot of those cartoons were actually illustrated in the Philippines.
Oh,
I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that.
Well, when people were still hand drawing cartoons.
Shout out to
Dexter's Lab, probably.
Dexter's Lab. Is it
Like,
really?
that was that whole
Yeah.
genre.
Yeah, it was like Powerpuff, Johnny Bravo. The guy who invented Johnny Bravo was actually Filipino.
Yeah.
and he mimicked him after Elvis because Filipinos love Elvis.
Yeah.
This
you know
is
what I mean?
true.
This is true. It's true.
So
That was like the
it's-
best Cartoon Network era right there.
it was.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was.
There was. I mean, I can't even. Well, what about like the Ren and Stimpy era?
That was like the.
Like a little before that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little before that.
He's a young boy. So
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I also had a lot of older cousins, so I was always watching like Ren and Stimpy,
Yeah.
Salute Your Shorts, like early
Yes,
Nickelodeon
Salute
days.
Your
Like,
Shorts.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
on that.
Nick Arcade, dog.
Yep.
I always got so mad. I was like, bro, I could do this shit. As I'm like eating donuts on the couch. You know what I'm saying?
Rocco was my shit. Rocco's
Rocco's
Modern Life.
Modern
Oh,
Life.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was kind of like
I was like a little newer.
yeah, it's a little newer. That
Yeah.
was like an intro to like that was almost what I want to say what like SpongeBob almost was.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like
Right.
that abstract.
Yeah, like there, and even like some of like the Disney, like the Disney cartoons now are kind of more abstract, where they're like roughly drawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, they had like Adventures of Pete and Pete, which was a bit more like artsy.
I
you
love
know?
Pete and Pete.
Yeah, but it was like, I remember this one episode
Pete and Pete.
where.
You remember
yeah.
Pete and Pete? It was real. It was like two brothers.
Yeah, two brothers, Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
And they would just do some like random ass shit. I remember they had like I don't know, something about like who can stay up the longest or something, and some guy said like I get my energy from staring at the sun, and he lost because like I think it was a foggy day or something, or it was overcast.
He didn't pee.
He had a tattoo named Petunia.
Yeah, dude, it was so abstract, bruh. Dude, Jen, you know about being Pete? I saw you pick up the mic very vigorously.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I learned a lot of life lessons through that show.
That's why you're so artsy, dog.
That's why you have that tattoo.
Of Petunia.
So, all right. So you won at Marine World.
Moved to the Philippines.
Moved to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Was that like a culture shock to you?
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Like, I went to an all-boys school. So, rewind. My school here, I went to a Catholic school. That's where I met Paulo and Vince.
Yeah.
Probably like each grade had 30, 40 kids.
Right.
I go to the Philippines, all-boys school. I don't know, no Tagalog yet.
Yeah.
And each class had 50 students, but
50?
Each grade had 7 classes.
That's
there's
350.
7 sections of each grade, and they make you like, I won't say battle, but like compete, like for your grades, like sports.
Yeah.
It's like Hogwarts. That's how I describe it.
Damn. Can you get a little bit closer to the mic? I have a question for you. So, I mean, we know over here that people who come from the Philippines, they kind of get made fun of because of how they talk, right?
Right.
Oh, you're like Fabi, whatever, right? It's kind of stupid looking back at it. Over there, did you realize, or like did you kind of get the same...
American amboy?
Yeah.
You get that?
I'm boy, yeah.
Yeah, did you get like, were they making fun of you because of like, you're like, oh, I'm American, like, you know, shit like that?
I have a pretty funny story for that. So, as Americans, you know, we get circumcised when you're a baby.
Damn.
Yeah,
Talking
yeah.
about right?
At birth, you get snipped up.
Yeah, it's just it's a
It's
pre-fade.
less dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just get a bald fade when we get born.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Over
yeah.
there, it's like a kind of like a passage into manhood, or you get that when like
You're
when
13.
they were getting it when I moved there. So like by like 3rd grade,
Oh, damn.
like half of them are like, it's called supot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you're uncircumcised, or you're tulet,
Yeah.
which is you're circumcised, right?
Yeah.
Support means like cheesehead, right? Right? It's like
I mean,
Yeah.
not literally, but
Okay.
Yeah, but any of you Packer fans, let us know. Hit us up. So it's called Tulit.
tulet.
But you got it
T-U-L-I. Tulet too early, bro.
You got Tulit too early.
Yeah. If
Too
they all
legit-
found
too
out
legit.
that I was too lit, like as a baby, they'd be like, damn, bro.
Damn, this boy's strong.
yeah.
Damn, imagine that, dude.
Superman. Superman.
Unheard of.
So so you got there when you were 8, right?
And tulet.
And
I was,
tulit.
I was circumcised.
legit to
Yep.
quit.
Hey, hey.
So you got there. You already got the bald fade on the dick.
Yep.
8. You had to hide that fact for 5 years.
No.
Oh, okay.
So check it out. So this is like the summer, like this is like them getting tulet, right?
Okay.
Like, and they're all coming back like, oh yeah, I got tulet over the summer, bro.
Yeah.
And this guy right in front of me, he just turned around. He's like, "Are you tulet?" I'm like, "What does that mean?" Like, I don't understand a lick
Yeah.
of Tagalog, but they just threw me and my brother into straight up Filipino school.
Right.
And then I was like, "No, what does that mean?" He's like, "Oh, it's when they just snip the
pee-pee.
foreskin off your teeth." I'm just like, "No, I'm not tulet. Hell no!" Like, they didn't do that to me. So they just called me support for like the whole year.
Damn.
like,
Jan got something for
Does it
that.
mean bag?
Support.
support means plastic bag,
Right.
pretty much.
So you've been in your bag since you were.
Just put
No,
it in
I've
bag.
been out the bag.
But that's like some fucking like Gus was saying, some origin superhero shit, right? When you're like,
I'm gonna draw all you guys as
yeah,
dicks.
but you're like, I thought I was support this whole time, but I've been too lit, you know?
the origin.
Talk about the fucking coming of age story,
Crazy,
of
bro.
the century, dog. There's like 50 dicks.
Was that like one of the first things that they brought up? Like Didn't they start with anything else? Or
I mean,
Didn't talk about your
that's one of the first things I remember because
That's like a core memory for you.
Holy shit, dude.
it's a core memory of like being culture shocked.
On Inside Out, it was like, that's a core memory.
It's
It was
crazy.
Being too lit.
Because like I said, like they're all coming back from summer vacation. Half of them are getting this, half of them are not. But they're all keeping on the low. But they ask the boy
like, necklaces out of it. Like, look, I made it. I did mine, dog. It's dried up.
It was bigger in the summer, dude. It's all shriveled up and dehydrated. I swear to God, this medallion was huger.
It looks like cranberries.
You know what's crazy? I'm wondering, right? I wonder if those kids are like showing off about the whole like too lit stuff because basically that's probably the first time somebody else touched their dick.
I went to all boys school too, so it was probably
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
boys schools
kinda.
is different.
Oh yeah, you what's your weird in?
A little bit, yeah. All boys, well, like all boys schools is different because you really just don't care, right? Like when girls came around, then that's when guys didn't know how to act.
a little more filtered.
Yeah, or trying to soak it in more, or trying to stand out more, right?
Yeah,
depending
right.
on the
Like a peacock.
Yeah, like brave, like peacock.
Yeah, like peacock.
Like peacock. That's from couples retreat, right?
yeah. So okay, so the too lit thing, right? That's a fucking unfortunately a core memory.
Man,
What else happened in the Philippines? Like, was like, did you fall in love with like like any like love stories that didn't work out that kind of like fueled your goal to draw or anything? Oh shit!
I went to an all boys school.
I mean, after that, though, you don't hang out with all the boys afterwards.
But it's
dude.
like I didn't really like
Go
honestly
outside the house,
meet
right?
any girls or go out
damn.
like that.
unless they're selling the whole or something, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is sketch, too,
the
man.
whole tender's looking real fine right now.
Hey, so
Look at
like
them liquids, dog.
at 8 years old, moving to the Philippines, that is a culture shock, right? But then like the food experience is kind of like it's familiar, but still kind of like different for you. What was the first thing that you ate that you're like, oh, I fell in love with this experience of being in the Philippines?
So think of like the Asian kids here, right?
Right.
When their mom packs them lunch, it's usually what, like rice and meat, or like
stinky vegetables,
right,
you know?
like what Joe Coy said, like
Gelatinous
Straight up.
adobo.
patties, and then I was the kid bringing a sandwich to school over there, and it looked weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I was like, kind of like the Asian kids over here. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to pack a sandwich. Can you like make me rice?
PB&J was offended.
Yeah, exactly. Or like I would just buy lunch over there, and the lunch food at the cafeteria in the Philippines was amazing. Bro.
Yeah.
I get Phil Am barbecue, like a pork skewer, and just the chocolate milk for like 10 pesos, bro.
Damn, bro.
My stomach would be fucked up now if I had that pork barbecue.
I'd be like,
and then
3, please.
chocolate milk.
Milo.
Milo is a different thing.
Milo is different.
You're right. It's
Milo-
not chocolate milk, right? It's like a chocolate drink.
It's good though.
Yeah.
And Ovaltine, like it's kind of the same, but yeah, Milo was a different thing. Like I remember last time I was in the Philippines, there's those random stalls that are like just selling food on the corner, and one I remember is called like Burger Time, and it was these random
It's
guys.
a video game, dog.
Yeah, exactly. These random guys would sell like these little like 3 sliders, but it was like, is this really beef?
Yeah.
Is this really cheese? Like I don't know what this is, because like Philippines is big on like the spot size, like turo, right? Just point,
Right,
you know what
yeah.
I mean, type of shit. So like I say for like the first week I was in the Philippines, like my stomach was fucked up. Don't drink any sodas with ice in it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drink any Slurpees. Like stay away from all that shit, and you'll be fine. But you really realize how well you have it in America
Right.
by being in the Philippines, because that's super tough, right? To see like kids your age like running up to cars asking for change.
That was another like culture shock thing for me.
Yeah.
Like that exact thing.
Yeah.
Like I see a kid, I'm in the car, in traffic, obviously, with all the cars all jumbled up. You know how traffic is in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about? Okay,
And then
so-
kids my age just like coming up to the window and just like staying there, just waiting until like you give them something. I'm like, man,
was there,
you got it good.
Was there soda in a plastic bag in the soup?
Of course.
Support.
Royal True Orange, my man.
What about, did you used to play with
What's it called? What's it called? Royal Orange, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's the best orange soda right there.
I gotta ask this too. Growing up in the Philippines, I always had a pack of spiders in
a matchbox.
Did you do that too? Or?
My service mates, the people on the bus, used to do that. I was like, I'm cool. I'm gonna just watch y'all.
Yeah, it's like I'm cool. I'll just observe.
But I've seen them fight. Those spiders are crazy. Like they really fight and they really kill each other.
Yeah, it's like blood sport.
Yeah,
but no one's Van Damme.
Yep.
I see that with crickets. I had cousins that would tie string around crickets, and then they would do a race for whoever could go to the top of the top of whatever wall. Like how inventive the toys were there, and honestly, how crazy it is. Random young kids just out on the street, like because a lot of these like houses would be like a sorry store, right? So where that's like there's someone living in the back, but then the front is like their store. I remember going with my cousin and being like, let me get a couple of those green like menthol candies. I forgot, like a stork, or some shit like that, right? The green menthol candies, and then like how shit would be on like a strip.
Yep.
Like it was that shit always tripped me out. I was like, wow, this is someone's house. They can have candy whenever they want. You know what I mean? They could eat all this shit. And this is their cigarettes. Bubblegum cigarettes.
Did you guys have Hot Flakes out there?
Did they have Hot Flakes?
But that's probably just like a Pacific Super thing over here, huh?
Yeah.
What are they?
Hot Flakes.
Whoa, Hot Flakes? They're the ones that you like the candy you used to play like Body of Christ with.
Oh yeah, they had that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
the communions.
Yeah, I don't even know what flavor that is. Like
it's hot, bro.
Hot, bro.
It's either hot. It's either hot or flake. Yeah.
That has to be like a flavor, like a fruit component to that.
It's Haw is short for Hawthorne berry, I think.
Hiya.
Look at Jan with the
Hawthorne berry.
Jan with the
Hawthorne
fucking
berry.
knowledge.
I don't know they have that in China. I was too busy eating like what was that? Oh, White Rabbit. White Rabbit was my shit.
With the wrapper on it still.
Yeah, everyone was, you know what? Like, it's funny. That's like one of those things that when you grow up, you're like, man, this is not impressive at all. But when you're a kid, you're like, yo, I'm eating bucket candy with the wrapper, y'all.
Yeah, I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, this is rice paper? Oh, man, fuck this shit.
There's like popsicles that came out.
Yeah.
That are white.
Like that too?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's
good? You had it?
You know what it is? Like White Rabbit to me is only good when it's presented the way it is in a candy.
Yeah.
Like having like a 12-inch popsicle is kind of like,
hey, yo. It's like eating a condom off of all right. Hey, you got the drums loaded today. So you were there at the age of 8 to what?
Oh, yeah, back to this, right?
Yeah, back to this. Origin story. So what age?
So from 3rd grade through 7th grade.
7th grade.
I was in the Philippines.
4 years.
Yeah. 5 years.
5 years. Was there like any point in that trip where you just kind of like it turned from like a bad experience into a good experience?
Yeah. I would say kind of early on, like 3rd grade was bad because I didn't know any Tagalog. I didn't realize I was getting made fun of.
Oh yeah.
Until like
and you're light
I started to understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And I was a kid. I just wanted to be accepted.
Yeah.
You know, and that wasn't the case.
Do you remember your first friend?
My first real friend, I still keep in touch with to this day.
Oh, that's dope.
That's dope.
He's a Warriors fan.
He's still out there?
He's still out there. He's a doctor now.
You guys talk on like WhatsApp or something?
Instagram, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Is he supporting people? Is he like one of those doctors?
Yeah.
Full circle.
Hey. Yeah, he's like, I will support people all your life, my entire life.
He's like, Joe,
I'm here to support you.
If you're still support, I got you, bro.
I got you, dog. Player price.
Just tell me, bro. Just be real with me, bro.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll fly out there, bro.
So he's a doctor, and you guys still keep in touch?
Yeah, I mean, we just talk about Warriors basketball all the time. And
that's dope, man.
Yeah, man, just some common ground that we're still able to talk about, even being so far apart. And I haven't been back since.
Wow, since the 7th grade.
Since the 7th grade, I need to go back for sure. I do feel like kind of a calling to go back there, and I think it feels like it would be Uncle Tito related.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, and
Write
Uncle
that
Tito.
off.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, right.
Write that bitch off.
Dude, what if you like made fucking like actual barrelmen, but they were like they looked like your illustration?
I would love that for sure.
And then you'd be like, who's too lit now, bitch?
Where in the Philippines did you stay during this time?
We lived in a town inside Manila called Marikina. It's like, if you guys know, are familiar, it's like the city with a big ass shoe statue. So,
and this started your love for sneakers.
Yeah.
there you go.
No?
I guess so.
I guess, yeah, you're like, we get out of this town one day. So, do you remember that turning point, though? Where it turned from, like, a bad experience to a good experience?
I would say around fourth grade.
Feeling like home already.
Do you remember that, like, that instance, that exact instance?
I don't think there was an exact instance.
Oh, it's just like a roll of things.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind
dope.
of like self-acceptance.
Yeah.
And like you're starting to get some friends.
Okay.
You're starting to feel like this is what normal life is now. By the time 7th grade came, I just thought I was gonna like just live there forever. You know, like I thought I was just there. I didn't think we would move back, but my dad had sold his company.
Yeah.
We would come back to the States every summer vacation, which was March through May over there. And
That's ever since you moved over there?
yeah, so that was kind of like a promise they had, like, for
okay.
summer we'll go back.
Dude,
you know,
imagine that first like summer vacation back to like the States. You're like back to your old friends. You're like, guys, all they keep talking about is my dick.
Are y'all?
What's going on over here?
Are
Are you guys
y'all?
going? Is it the same thing? They're like, no, we're just talking about Transformers.
Yeah, Beast Wars, bitch.
all our dicks are good over here.
We good here, champ. So you said 4th grade there was a turning point. Pop sold the company, moved back.
Yeah, so we were already here in the States
For like that vacation part of
from
it?
like March through May.
Ooh.
And then we're just like, or he was just like, we're not going back.
Was he like
"Oh,
surprised?
shit."
Or
What
was
about
it
all
like-
your shit? Was it all there?
They went and, like, got it. There's a lot of stuff that got left over there, but even then, at that point, I was like, cool, we back.
That's pretty traumatic. Cause
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of people who from the Philippines come here and have to downsize their whole life into a box or a suitcase, and they think about all the stuff that gets left behind, and I look at all them, and most of them are hoarders, and
Right.
it full circles that moment for me, because people talk about like I came here with nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't giving shit back now. You know what I mean? Now that I'm here, I keep all things. Don't look at all my stuff here, though.
So you were born in the Philippines?
No, I was born here.
Okay.
But then I have cousins who moved over here probably when he was like 12 or 13. Like I had aunts that are probably like in their 50s, and they come over, and like you kind of see a common occurrence of like of how they hold on to all those memories, because they really like just got to get up and go. Like you didn't even say bye to your homies
I didn't
in
get to say-
school.
yeah, exactly.
That would have been traumatic to me. It's like, damn, you just threw me in the Philippines for like 3 years, 4 years. I had to get all these people, and like now I'm not gonna go like see them no more. And like that's funny that you found someone, like, because you remember that person's name. Did they find you? Or you find them?
I mean,
Because Wallace, they
there was MySpace, right? There was Friendster before that.
Yeah.
So we had
Asian Avenue,
Friendster,
bro.
MySpace.
Friendster was actually popping.
Friendster was dope, man.
Yeah,
Send me a testimonial.
Friendster was actually popping.
I prefer
Yeah.
Napster, but that's just me because I like music. Okay, sorry about that. So, just to counteract that, I on the other side of the water, we used to have just our shit like randomly missing, you know. And
Oh yeah.
like where'd my
Yeah.
Super Nintendo go? Like, oh, we sent that shit to the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I haven't beat Super Mario yet, you know? It's like, but Pilot Wings, Mom, you know? But I hear what you're saying. That is traumatic. I mean, I'm assuming that your venture back was less traumatic than your venture to the Philippines.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, it was more, I wouldn't say traumatic was the word when we came back. It was kind of just,
Like a homecoming?
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a celebration for sure.
Yeah.
So my brother, who I went there with, he's 2 years
younger?
older than me.
Older.
And
Is he your brother? You also work with the brother at Uncle Tito, right? No, who's the one who? Oh, those two are brothers.
Yeah.
Vince and Paulo
yeah.
were brothers.
Okay.
And then, I remember the exact moment we found out that we weren't going back. It was me, my cousin, and my brother Patrick.
Yeah.
And then we found out we weren't coming back. We were just running around the room, just like
This is in America.
This is in the East Bay. It's like, we're not going back? Hell yeah.
And that's when Hyphy was born.
Yeah, exactly.
What year was this? This was like
04.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
That was after 9/11, dog.
Yeah, I was in the Philippines when 9/11 happened.
04.
Fifth grade, I remember.
this is when Jollibee's just kind of started rolling out in the Bay. Like, 'cause I remember it was Hayward had the first one, and then Daly City
They definitely didn't have it yet at that point.
04? Daly City 98, because I remember there
Was that 98 in Daly City?
Yeah, because there was these two black girls that worked there, and they had to be like, "Hey, I love peach mango pie," and I was like, "Hey, go take me one." So she was stealing me peach mango pie, and then bring them to school the next day. But yeah, like 98, there was a Jollibee's in Daly City.
I would have asked for corned beef sandwiches, but that's just me.
They didn't have those then.
Jollibee, y'all are slacking.
Hey,
dog.
the menu is crazy short right now. The menu is just chicken and fucking noodles and rice.
I just want to say, I'm sorry. I don't mean.
Right now?
The one in Daly City?
Yeah, I don't.
Bro,
mean
they
to-
take hella long, too.
They do take
I don't mean to divert from your origin story, but Jollibee's, look at me.
Jollibee's.
You're fucking up, all right?
Yeah.
I understand you have the best chicken out there, but bring back the corned beef sandwiches. Bring back the Spam sandwiches.
Breakfast. They took all the, I don't think they have
Yeah.
breakfast anymore.
Who?
The Longanisa was kind of the one.
Y'all sold out, dog.
Kind of the one. It was like
Jollibee's
hot
sold
dog
out, man.
Longanisa-esque.
You know how long it's been since I've had a Jolly Day? Years.
Years.
Years,
And you took
bro.
out Halo. How are you going to take out Halo? Joey
can't-
took out Halo.
Yeah, and you can't just-
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't just excite me every so often because you have an ube pie and then take it off of the menu once I find out because I don't see your because my algorithm doesn't show me your fucking stories. You know what I'm saying? Bring back the corned beef sandwiches. That's all I'm saying.
But shout out to
Those
Jollibee.
were fire, though.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jollibee. I remember I had a Spam sandwich at work one day. This is like when you're still in the Philippines. It was like that's how old I am. I remember I ate that shit, and then like 2 hours later, and I was like, I don't feel well.
Yeah, exactly.
I was sitting in someone's car for 2 hours before I got it. So I was like 4 hours of just hard mayonnaise and Spam.
I was gonna
Oh
say
my
there
God.
is a certain limit of those that you can have, and I found out that limit it's 3.
And the time frame, too.
Anything over 3 is not a good idea. There's a threshold, everybody. Threshold, okay?
Put it to the test, man.
Yeah, put it to the test.
If they ever come back, try 4.
Chow King and Chow King was big in the Philippines when you were there, right?
Chow King.
Oh yeah.
Chow King.
But,
I like it 'cause
before we move on, y'all, what do you guys feel about the burger, the Yum Burger?
Oh, okay.
I used to clown it.
Shout out to
You didn't like it?
No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Shout out to my fiance. I love her so much. But she orders a Yum Burger every time she gets spaghetti. Personally, I like Palabo because they use angel hair. The Yum Burger I once ordered because she did and she made it look good. It's not that yum. Maybe if it has some corned beef in that shit, we can start talking, but it's not. Yeah.
I used to make fun of it. I used to be like, it tastes like the inside of a lumpia. Cause,
Oh shit.
cause you know
That's
how like
kinda facts, actually.
Filipinos,
That's pretty good.
like like how they over season it, right? It's
Yeah.
and it's the same thing they use for like the Salisbury steak. It's the same burger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always felt like, oh, it tastes like tastes like the inside of a lumpia. Cause my wife used to go there and get the chicken, and I'd be like, I always thought it was too cool to eat there. It was like, I'm good. I don't like this shit. Like, then I seen they had breakfast, and I was like, oh, you have tapa. Oh, you have tocino. Oh shit, you got bongus.
Oh, all
and
of
it's
a sudden,
boneless.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I gotta fuck with it. And their no lie, their adobo rice is pretty good.
Yeah.
Their adobo rice, they doing some rice, and there's pork in it.
Yeah.
I love going in there and seeing people that are not of color, and I look at them like, yeah, we did this, huh? Yeah, we did
Welcome
this,
to my
huh?
world, bitch.
Yeah, we out here today, huh? That looks good. I don't eat the gravy though.
So
I don't either.
So I mean, like you've had like two opposite ends, right? Living in America, living in the Philippines, choosing what's better, this or that, which is a great segue to a game that we have for you. Usually, when we have guests, we like to pick their brain, have the crowd kind of figure out or learn a little bit more about them. So this game we're gonna call This or That. All right, you ready?
Come on, Rommel.
I got a little something. Gus got a little something. Okay.
Oh, do I? No, you.
No, I got it.
Yeah, you rock it.
All right. First thing. Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis?
Super Nintendo.
Good answer.
Ooh,
Good answer.
Yeah, me
Good
too.
answer.
I was a Mario Brother guy.
I wasn't. Yeah, I loved it.
But that's what I was torn between. Like Sonic the Hedgehog was dope too.
Yeah, Sonic was dope. Also, Alex the Kid. But it's like one of those things.
I was the kid, the fat kid in the motorcycle with the mullet.
But it's like one of those things where it's like, why do you want to go out for burgers when you have steak at home?
Ooh.
But sometimes you just want a burger.
You just want a burger
Sometimes you just want that yum burger.
Yeah, sometimes you want that yum burger. And
with a
then sometimes-
pineapple.
And then sometimes you absolutely don't.
Yeah. It's inside of a lumpia.
Yeah.
Next question.
Super Nintendo for sure.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter.
I think everyone's biased to that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
everyone's biased
I
to
met
that.
some Mortal Kombat people. I've also made a lot of money on Mortal Kombat. When I was a kid, I used to sell paper with fatalities on them. And they
you
sold like hotcakes. Yeah, we used to type it out and stuff. You know, I'm a little young entrepreneur.
That's dope.
Yum. Yum.
Young entrepreneur. Yeah, you know, 25 cents at a time. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next question. Football or basketball?
Basketball, man.
Obviously.
That's too easy.
That's too easy. Are you ready? Next one. Nilaga or Sinigang?
Sinigang.
Wow! Without any fucking like... Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sinigang, bro.
Wow.
I think I could do Nalaga.
Do you have a cup of Nilaga or... Oh, that's Tinola.
Tinola. And I was upstairs now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sinigang has like... I was going to say healing powers, but I think Nilaga does too.
You know what it is for me though? It's the like when people do it with the powder.
Yeah.
Like when you had it back home, it's different, right? Than how they make it over here. But it's just because I make it better. I make Nilaga better than fucking Sinigang. But my wife likes Sinigang. But shrimp belly or salmon belly or shrimp
salmon belly. Ooh.
Sinigang. Yeah, that go boy.
I actually don't make Sinigang. I want to learn, but I can make some Tinola though.
I do Tinola.
Yeah. What?
No, I'm sorry. Nilaga.
Nilaga.
Does your wife
onion
make
soup?
Sinigang?
Does my wife like Sinigang?
Make Sinigang?
No.
No.
My wife's Vietnamese.
Oh, does she make banh mi's? That's I'm sorry.
PB and J though. PB and
Does she
J.
make pho?
She makes pho.
Bro, that's tight. Does she leave like the fucking like
Like the bones up
yeah,
in
no,
there?
she leave like the broth, like she's like, oh, we're gonna have pho, but it's like 24 hours before.
Well, it doesn't last that long, man. So you gotta attack it right when it's made.
What's your favorite type of pho?
Pho Thai.
Do you like beef tendon and all that stuff in there? I'm not a fishball
Sometimes.
guy. Are you a fishball guy?
Like the Filipino fish balls.
Oh,
I do fuck with a fried shrimp cake though.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do, sir.
Because you see all the eyes and looking right back at you. Like, watch me now.
All right, next question. We covered burgers, but what about McDonald's or Burger King? Burgers only, not fries. Burgers only.
You see, I love me some Burger King, but I can't eat it no more.
What?
Yeah.
Spill
It
it.
just messes me up, man.
Why?
Fast food in general or just
Nah,
Burger King?
just Burger King in general. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you find out? How much of the Whopper did you have before you hit the bathroom?
I get the rodeo cheeseburger.
with the onion rings in
the
it.
onion rings in it.
That's
But
actually
then-
really good.
But then
Bacon and onion rings.
yeah. But then like I just like reek of it for like 3 days. I feel like
Yeah.
like when it comes out, it smells like a rodeo cheeseburger. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's good for me.
You're like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Been through a rodeo.
Yeah, that's not my first rodeo.
Yeah, I was.
But I fuck with McDonald's, man.
Yeah. McDonald's is safe, right?
Right.
It's safe.
Anywhere in the world you go to, if you don't know what to eat, this is what Lil Duval does. Because he travels a lot.
Yeah.
He only eats at fast food restaurants because he doesn't get sick. When he travels abroad, he only eats at McDonald's. He only eats at like the shit he know, like the He said he only eats McDonald's literally because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But they have different shit on their menu.
But he knows it's safe.
He knows it's safe.
All right, last question for you. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Why?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Space Jam 1 was better than Space Jam 2.
Damn, I couldn't even finish Space Jam 2, to be honest
Dude,
with you.
It's
you know
pretty
what?
bad.
My son loved Space Jam 2, and I wanted to disown him. And it's not at that. I
good,
thought I had
Ramses.
to think about it for a minute because I didn't want to.
Ramses.
I didn't want to be reactive to his decision, but. My final thought was I didn't want him to be related to me. Yeah.
It's a
Did you watch Space Jam 1?
I tried to show it to him, and he was like just starting to play like fucking Roblox on his iPad because I guess it was grainy or whatever.
The
But
graphics is not the same, right? Like,
yeah,
like
anybody gets CGI up anything.
yeah, but that was like that's honestly to me that's when I think Warner Brother as that animation was like king.
Yeah.
because they had that, and you were like, damn, they have Jordan in their shit. Like I love Disney, but Disney didn't have that kind of star power within the sports industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I have a couple questions. Monte or Klay Thompson?
That's a good question.
Man.
Is this
Yeah.
Is this
needs context?
Yeah, is
here.
this pre tattoos?
Prime.
Pre tattoos.
Prime?
Oh.
Prime Monte or Prime Clay?
Prime Clay.
Prime Clay? Yeah, Prime Clay is a
Yeah.
different. Yeah, Prime Clay is
Prime Clay.
different.
Prime Clay, that makes it easy.
Third quarter Clay.
Prime Clay is different.
But man, Monte was so sick back then.
Before the scooter accident.
he was the face of our franchise.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. People forget about him. Who your favorite We Believe teammate from the We Believe era?
That's a good question.
There was Matt Barnes,
Yep.
No, there was Matt. I
Steven
was gonna
Jackson,
say Barron, but
Yeah, I was gonna say Barron too.
Aaron Davis.
But if you think about it though, his mid range
that's
really sucked.
that's a basic answer though. I didn't want to give you that.
there was
Kalena was on there.
Kalena Azubuike.
Air France.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Petrus.
He was up there because every time he shot a corner three, I feel like it was always good.
What's that white boy's name?
Yeah,
They call him Goose.
Beatrice.
Andres Biedrins.
Andres Biedrins.
They do call him Goose.
They call him
That's
Goose.
funny.
I'm a big fan of All the Smoke.
Yeah, I listen to All the Smoke a lot too.
That's like they always talk about the Warriors. They always talk
Right.
about their time at the Warriors. But I do fuck with them. So Barron could be your favorite. Barron was a big part of who our identity
Yeah,
was
for
as
sure.
as We Believe. Like he was there was supporting staff, but he was like the
leader.
outspoken.
Right.
He brought Jessica Alba out.
Do you
Yeah,
remember his that David Blaine commercial?
No.
Magnets.
No.
Like David Blaine was explaining it was like an NBA playoffs commercial.
Oh, okay.
And David Blaine, I think he had a few NBA stars, and the one with Baron Davis, he's explaining how he makes all these crazy shots is because of magnets.
Magnets.
Yeah, look it up. It's on YouTube. It was dope.
Whenever they do talk about like the We Believe era, they always show the same clip of Baron Davis dunking over AK-47.
Oh yeah.
But that whole Mav series before that,
That's
man,
what
that,
made it, yeah.
That was
Because we lost against the
electric.
Jazz. Yeah, you can't bring that shit up. Yeah, exactly.
Who else? Who's that? Who's the one that owns Viola? The weed.
Al Harrington.
Yeah, Al Harrington.
Yeah.
I worked for this company that would house athletes who are here on the temporary stay. I met Kalena Azubuike. I toured him in one of the spots.
Oh, CJ Watson too.
CJ Watson.
Oh damn.
Oh wow! And then I remember my boss got picked up by Al Harrington and showed him a spot on. It's called 680 Mission Street. It's right next to where. I forgot what club that was. There was a club that was right next door. So it's where CPK is downtown. CPK, yeah.
It's still there?
Well, where it was.
Oh, that's across the Marriott or something, right?
Yeah. So there's a spot.
Okay.
There was a spot over there that my boss got picked up by Al Harrington, and then he toured the spot. Whatever. When he left, he would still get shit there. My boss would get boxes and boxes of Jordans, but they're all size 16. And then thing is, it was made out to us, the company I work for, because the company is the one that owned it. So
Yeah.
Paul's got hella shoes. This is like pre like eBay. When people were really buying shoes off of eBay.
Oh, now I'm over selling them.
That's great. Al Harrington.
Size 16.
Ain't no one buying a size 16. You know what I mean?
So speaking of shoes, what's up with you, man? You cop any new heats? Like what's going on?
Yeah, what's on your radar right now?
Honestly, man, I'm kind of washed when it comes to shoes. Like,
I can't keep up. I can't
keep up.
Yeah,
there's too many releases. Too many ugly releases. I'll tell you that.
And I'll tell you something else too, man. I cannot, for the life of me, wake up on time for a sneakers release at 7 a.m.
You never win those anyways, even if you wanted to. So
all right, Debbie Downer, relax.
The quality is different on all the shoes that come out now.
Yeah, true.
Like especially if you had some shoes from like previous, like seeing what comes out now, you're like, I'm not really in love with how this looks. Especially if you try to compare it, because like I've always wanted like the Arab Tempos to come out again with the Pippins, right?
Yeah,
Air. When I got them again, I was like, I don't know if I'm in love with them. Like the threes, the Jordan 3s came out again. I'm the one that fucking has. I have the Jumpman on the back, and you see that toe heel thing. One's missing.
In the back.
I have those same ones from like those are 2011 right? And both of my toe things are missing.
Quality thing is it's so crazy to me.
Yeah, I last like Nike shoe that I actually like fell in love with happened when I was in Japan. And it was out of nowhere. It was the Terminators, Terminator highs. I didn't even buy them in Japan because they were more expensive here. Or they were more expensive in Japan than they were here. So when I was in Japan, I just ordered them on Goat.
I just sent it to the house.
Yeah, he sent it to the house. By the time I got home, I was like, "Well, look what we got here."
Nice,
but it's hard, dude. It's hard to rock like the high tops, bro. I'm trying to figure out how to lace them bitches up.
Now I can't anymore.
Yeah.
What's your Joe? What's your favorite shoe in your? It doesn't have to be your collection, but okay, one shoe that's in your collection, and your grail. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Is that a hard question?
On his fucking leg.
I got him. I'm a pink and silver SB
box. Yeah, I feel that.
Pink box, silver box.
I can already guess.
I have Jedis.
It's all right. Just relax. We talked about that on the last episode. We know you have Jedis.
Those are dope.
Those are my grails. I wish I had those.
I have De La Soul highs.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they were sitting in an outlet at one point?
Yeah, you're talking about the re-release.
Yeah, the re-release. They were sitting in and I was like, I'm not gonna get it now. It's here. And then now it's gone. I was like, I wish I had it.
But those re-releases that were sitting in the outlets, I got that one too.
Yeah,
bruh. I sold them for like, I actually traded it for a Jason Kidd Suns jersey.
Oh,
but now they're selling for like $500.
Yeah,
well, because of the death of
Maceo? No.
Yeah, not Maceo, but I'm sorry, I forgot. No disrespect, but it was one of the members died. And, you know, I mean, I remember when MF Doom died, dude, and I looked on the market because I have a pair of MF Dooms, and that shit skyrocketed. Same thing when like Virgil Abloh died.
What are they? MF Doom Air Force Ones?
Nike SBs.
I don't know, man. I was late on SBs.
Yeah, SBs were dope, man.
That whole like time period of when SBs were popping off was probably when I was mostly finding like my own personal style, like the pops of color, everything, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of stuff that I can't find myself to wear, so I sold them. Like the skater dyes. Remember the skater dyes?
I do.
They're like too like neon. I'm like, I'm 40. I can't be wearing like neon shoes outside.
Right. All the SBs I came across were like either at like a Ross. For me, the ones in my collection, either at a Ross or at there's a place called Brown Brothers that used to be in Alameda. You know what I'm talking about? There's a shoe spot. I remember I went inside there, and then they were like, "Hey, what's your size?" I go, "I'm a 13." He goes, "We got a pair of these Dunks in the back. I think they're Dunks." And I was like, "All right." He goes, $40. It was the Luchas.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went back there like two weeks later. They go, "We have another pair of those." And I was like, "Nah, I already got them." Like I didn't know those were that shoe until I wore them like recently because they were sitting in a garage for like 6 years, and I brought them back out. She was like, "Oh, let me see if these fit. They don't fall apart on me." Someone was like, "Oh, you got Luchas?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" I didn't know there was a name for it. You know what I mean?
I think, you know, back then, like you were saying, Joe, is like, you know, the fucking silver box era, pink box era. I think it ended at the black box era, personally.
Yep. Like right at the beginning.
Right, like
that's
Day of the Deads. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like right then.
Day of the Deads.
But then I think Nike realized that and they tried to capitalize on that when they re-released, or they kind of like gave an homage to the box era, and it didn't really take off.
Because they also fit different. Going back to what you said, like the shoes just don't fit the same anymore.
Well, I think that's when they changed it to Pro Bs, right?
Yep.
Like the sole was absolutely like thinner or something. It just felt weird.
Yeah. This is like the toe box looked weird.
Yeah.
My girl stumbled across the Halloween dunks with the pumpkin on it.
Oh yeah.
And then there's one with the bat, the all black one with the bats on it.
Yeah.
She was like at Ross, $30 each.
Yo.
And this is when like people weren't tripping off dunks anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you got these in your size. Like I just thought they were cool because I wear orange and black everything. That's just like the dress code. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, hello. But then
That is a dress code.
that is the dress code.
It really
like,
is.
yeah. No, but like that era of shoes, I was like, when you guys were on dunks, I think I was still on like J's.
Yeah.
Because what year was that era of dunks?
Like
All the way probably
to 09 for me.
Yeah, 09.
But that was also me buying like stuff that wasn't in the store anymore by that point. Like that's when I was like
Second, what is it called? What do they say? Like eBay and stuff, right?
pretty much like ISS.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
Nike
the forums.
Talk.
That's like the most unsafe place to like buy stuff, but we used to do it, right?
Right.
What's the most expensive shoe you paid for? Like not market price, not like market price, but like like an eBay price. And what was the shoe?
I remember going to a Dunk Exchange.
DXC.
Yep.
Me and Mel used to.
Bought some super used black cement 3s.
Ooh.
Like Cement 3.
What year did the cement 3s like re-release? It was like 01?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
something
think
like that.
01 was like the
01 or 03 or something like that.
04 maybe, because I think 01 was the ones, right?
Yeah, but this when I was like, by that they released when I was like still a kid in the Philippines.
Okay. Yeah.
By like 09 came, that's when I was like at a Dunk Exchange. I bought some super used 3s for like $400.
Really?
That's the most you spent on a shoe?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. That ain't nothing, dog. For reals?
Yeah. So I'm
go ahead,
kind of
Ramel.
washed.
Go ahead, Ramel.
I'm washed now. All the dunks that I have now, I bought during the era when like they weren't shit, like you were saying.
Yeah.
They're sitting at Ross. Like I got my Jedis for $120, dog.
You know what, Joe? I gave you that fire ass intro, but I fucking hate it, dog. That's amazing, dude.
I didn't think it would have that resurgence again, like with the kids, right?
Me neither. Yeah.
Right?
Me neither.
I spent over. I don't want to say it.
No. Say it.
I spent over like maybe $2,000 on a pair of Trophy Room Jordan 1s.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's
do
tough
that.
for me, dog.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Half of it were trades though. So
it's $2,000 worth.
yeah, so half were trades, so it was like $1,000. Yeah.
So a G, and then some shoes you had.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I can't do it.
yeah, it's tough.
Hey, more
It's a
power
little
to you
tough,
though,
yeah.
man. You ever wear them?
Nope.
Just sitting, huh?
Yeah, just sitting.
I spent
Respect.
respect. I think it was like
Not me. I lack self-respect.
it was like 300. Nike was like 04, 05-ish. Nike was doing this shit called like the Laser series. I had a pair of Maze Lasers. The Air Force Ones, you know what I'm talking about? They're all brown and they're all numbered. I was in Vegas with the homies. I fucking lost. I fucking lost so bad that
They have Mahjong out there?
No. I was heavy on roulette and craps. I lost and I was like, I'm going home with something. So I went to Nike when they had an ill Nike store. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Vegas had an ill Nike store, and then I bought a
Caesars.
pair. I went there. I was like, you have a 13? He's like, yeah. We only got one of each size because it was that limited. And I was like, all right, I'll buy it. Then I started looking into it, like when I had it, and I was like, this is a sick shoe. I called Nike Town in Frisco. And I was like, hey, do you have these? He goes, yeah, we can hold it for 24 hours. And I was like, all right. I was literally flying back home. After that flight, the next day, me and a homie went to Nike Town. And I had to get two of them because I really wanted to wear one. I have to wear this shoe.
That's tight.
How much were they?
$275. And this is when like the most expensive shoe in like the Nike era.
Like foam posits.
It was a foam for like 200, right?
Yeah, 200.
200, but it was the good foams.
Yeah.
Like good that foams. I don't know. To me, I like hood shoes. I like foams, like Ken Griffey's. You know what I mean?
I have Ken Griffey's, man, and then Marv said like, "Yo, that's a hood shoe," and I was like, "I haven't worn them since, dog."
Fuck with them, dude.
Let me ask you a question, right? You have a love for shoes, right? Mm-hmm. Sneakers, everything, and now you make your own apparel, right? Do you like?
I love that hat, by the way.
Yeah, that fucking hat is dope, dog.
I got two from the collection. You know what I mean? Thank you, appreciate it.
By the way, anybody who loves this hat too, pick it up at Wall of Wallace.
WallofWallace.com.
WallofWallace.com. Not Wall of Wallace. Fuck the Lakers. Anyway, so do you kind of like gear your apparel towards, I mean, like not colorway shit, but you know, like kind of like that throwback? Do you have like any sneaker in mind when you do make it?
I don't think it's like the sneaker itself, but like I think just the streetwear sneaker culture.
Yeah.
Like I try to keep it like super limited, kind of hard to get.
Yeah.
Kind of like how it was back then, you know.
Yeah.
Like people get it to stand out rather than to like fit in.
Yeah, you do, because I'm still waiting for my Pondy Cell shirt.
Yeah. Hey man, wait in line.
Got wait in line, brother.
You have the Thunders on one of your hats, right?
I draw Thunder in those all the time, bro. Like,
is that the most used shoe as far as like what you use in your arsenal?
I think so. I think like that's just his uniform in my eyes.
Do you have a pair of those?
No, they you know how they came out with those recently? I was like, I'm getting them for sure. And then the time came, I was like,
because they're like 240, right?
They're like 240 anymore,
I don't care once they're out.
Yeah, like I got this, yeah, like I got something else to
exactly.
I mean, but it's crazy, right? Because you are a lover of fashion in a sense, you know? And I did notice this, that within kind of like your group of people, the support is crazy. Yeah, everybody is always wearing like one of like the shirts that you made or something for the homies, right?
Yeah,
big support. Like, do you see it like where you're like, oh, yo, that would have looked better like with these other shoes or this and that, or do you like?
It's hard for me personally to like wear my own stuff.
Talk about that, because I'm assuming I kind of know what you're talking about, where you're like nah, like I can't do it, you know?
Yeah,
it just doesn't look right, even though like hundreds of people or whoever's able to grab that limit, thousands. I say hundreds because it's hard to get. I want to say it's hard to get because I haven't. Just remember that. I just got that Stone Cold shirt. I need a little bit more, buddy. But
more coming.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, all of these people love your shit, right? But like as an artist, it's like can't do it, right?
I feel like I'm not dressing myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like making this stuff for
you,
for me. Like it's hard for me to like be. Besides like the hats, because I'm always in a hat, a beanie or something.
That hat is fucking dope, though. I do have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah,
but
mammoth time.
The shirts, like, and other stuff, I have a hard time like really rocking it. I'd rather wear like something blank.
Yeah, no, like
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, I do. Shout out to a good fellow from Target. I love your fucking Henleys.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I think I'm not really dressing the man. I'm dressing the brand. You know what I mean? Like
he doesn't rap. I don't. Do you rap? He's spitting right now.
Yeah, you are spinning a bit of bars, sir.
I got a few bars. You know?
No, I do understand that, man, and it's like, the art that you put out is fucking dope. We can say that straight up, right? The mixing of media that you do use, for example, like the Super Saiyan with the fucking basketball, the basketball with the graph style, right? Like anything that
the Hello Kitty shit he did.
Yeah, dude, that fucking any of your logo flips on top of just that signature of Joe Wallace itself, emblazed on anything looks fucking tight. But not on you.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, sometimes.
Were you a graph writer? Did you write?
I wouldn't call myself a graph writer, but I was a doodler. Like I'm always doodling, you know, like in class.
What was your doodle name?
Holla.
Oh,
Holla.
HOLLA.
Is that Joe Wallace? Is that your actual signature?
What do you mean?
Like the one on the back of your head.
For like his checks and shit.
Yeah, that's my actual signature.
The back of
that
his ATM card.
It's on my driver's license and everything.
There's one thing that I noticed about signatures, right? My pops, shout out to you, rest in peace, had a
Rest in peace.
beautiful
Rest in peace.
signature, right? It's kind of like a balance between like the curves and just kind of like the one stroke type thing, almost like a graph. I noticed that because I used to work at a hospital as like patient access. A lot of people who had beautiful signatures came from Mexico. It was so intricate, you know what I'm saying? Like it was beautiful, and then you'd see like, you know, some like white dude just be like, you know, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, like, how important is that signature to you? Like, did you have to think about it before you released that? Did you have to perfect it?
I feel like, bro, I write it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I have like just pages on pages of just like different variations of the signature.
Of your own
ways to write
signature?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making like a pattern out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Almost like an all over print pattern or something.
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
kind of
Oh,
fucking
shit.
dope, sir.
Yeah, just trying to make, just doodling, honestly. Like, it's kind of just mindless doodles.
Where does Wallace come from?
That's a hard question to answer because I really don't know myself. Like, it was, honestly, before artist name, it was like a rapper name. Like, in college, we used to like freestyle rap all the time. It's the,
I know about that.
yeah, so it was just kind of like my rapper name. I got it from Biggie, but
Oh, wait, hold on. Wallace isn't your last... Wait, I'm sorry. Where did you get that last name from?
From Biggie.
Christopher Wallace?
From, yep.
Hey, Rommel. Nice to meet you, man.
Okay. Biggie or Pac though?
Flow, like,
Total.
flow-wise, I go
One or
Biggie.
another.
Biggie.
But, man,
As far as like a...
as far as like message,
like a
and
figurehead,
everything,
right?
Yeah,
Tupac. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But just
I'm
like
Uncle Tito's fourth favorite.
Easy
the
there.
old school East Coast delivery is just like amazing. Like Big L.
I was just thinking that, dude. Are we best friends? Yeah, Big L, fucking like... Oh, dude, Rakim.
You're right. Just
EPMD.
old school East Coast delivery from the Mecca is just like, man.
Keith Murray. Nobody
amazing.
mentions Keith Murray enough. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Not at all. Ain't no one out there.
Shout out Keith Murray.
Yeah, shout out Keith
Shout out
Murray.
Keith Murray though. I'm just, I'm not clowning, but
Yeah,
shout out.
yeah.
He's not in the conversation until recently because he's been on Instagram talking shit.
I didn't even know he was talking
He was
shit.
talking.
He is not in my algorithm. So I mean, I know you release apparel. Do you have any new releases coming up? Can I get an early code so I can actually grab one, please?
I mean, I have a few of these hats left, obviously, because they came kind of late,
yeah.
and they came as the Warriors were like pretty much halfway
Hind
out,
leg.
halfway
Hind
out the
leg,
door,
yeah.
you know. But
Tough.
we'll see. I mean, honestly, I feel like I have boxed myself into being like a
Warriors guy?
Warrior-centric artist, and like that's not something I really aspire to be. Like
see you.
moving forward.
I see you.
know?
Oh,
I
so
see
are you
you.
trying to break out of that?
Yeah, I am.
I
I'm
have
trying to do more abstract style color studies and paintings.
I have to say, I mean, granted, if you do look at your feed, you see a lot of drawings as an homage to the Warriors. How can you not if that's one of your favorite teams and it's one of your favorite sports? But I've seen the merch that you've released. I've seen the stickers you've done for Uncle Tito. Bro, you are not boxed in.
Right.
If anything, you have tapped into a market, but you are not boxed in, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You have a your palette's different, right? Because you almost set up the Joe Wallace fans are like, and Warriors fans are one and the same,
Right.
Right. Whereas the Uncle Tito apparel is like the Filipino or the lovers of the Filipino culture, and then that's its own lane. So if anything, you didn't really box yourself in. You created two different lanes that in a sense they touch, because Filipinos, we love basketball, except for Jan. We love basketball.
That's
we
fine.
love basketball.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
But how you, like, I don't want to say you boxed yourself in, but you created two separate lanes. Because if you look at the art from your the Walla Wallace is all
Yeah.
one.
Right.
But like the Joe Wallace and the Uncle Tito art, like I wouldn't think they were from the same person if I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, that's a good
I'm not
point.
gonna lie to you, like when I stumbled across Uncle Tito, I fell in love with the art. Because it's all visual, right? Everything
Yeah.
you're taking in from IG was all visual. Like I never ate there. I never met y'all, and I was like, hey, this shit looks sick. And the marketing behind it, and like the imagery, the branding that you guys put in. The Barrel Man is such a big part of our like
dude.
culture and how Filipinos have that like sense of humor, and you tapped into that.
And the different variations of the
Yeah.
simple fucking Barrel Man, dog.
Different hats and shit. Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
little hits. Like people don't notice that the hats are different depending on the drink that you got. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Right.
dude with a backwards hat, dude with that Bruno Mars hat, dude has sunglasses.
Bruno Mars hat.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it's called. The brunch
Little
hat,
yeah.
The branch hat.
with the red underbottom. I didn't even know it was all brown. But you, like, but when you say
It was all brown.
when I say you, like, when you say you corner yourself in, like, I kind of have to take a step back because,
Yeah.
Man,
like,
appreciate that.
Your body of work, like. Like I'm a real fan of what you do as far as your art, dog. Like it's sick to me. Like I tell Jan, because Jan's an ill artist. Like I can't draw. I wish I could draw. My dad draws. Like in the Philippines before he came here, he was the highway signs.
Yeah.
He would do that as his art. Like and then like I'd watch him. Like I had Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse Fantasia, and Elmer Fudd on my walls in my house, and I still remember seeing my dad with the stencil. Like he'll have the little version, and then he'll break it up in lines. So he'll do everything by each pocket. And the fact that you could draw, dog, and your media is telling people love your art, like you should do an art show. Let's do a FREE99 Joe Wallace fucking art show, man. Let's talk about some
that'd
shit,
be dope.
man.
That'd be
Man,
dope.
like I love what you do. I love art. I'm only gonna do it if Jan's gonna actually enter some shit. Cause
Jan, I gotta see this, man.
I'll do the intros.
Jan is that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, Jan is that motherfucker.
I ran into Jan at Safeway the other day.
Which one?
We all both,
Diamond Heights.
we both y'all buying prison
Twin
paints or
Peaks.
some shit.
You go to the fancy Safeway, Diamond Heights.
Bro, he got a ponytail, though.
That's a good parking. There's good parking there.
Good parking.
Yeah.
So they have his milk there.
It's not milk.
Oat milk.
Like, they have my milk here.
I do fuck with oat milk. What is it, lactate? I'm really curious about Jan's milk.
It was oat milk.
I do fuck with
You
oat milk.
oat milk
Was
ass
it
motherfucker.
Oatly or is it silk?
Oatly.
Oatly. See, I
Oatly's
get
what's-
silk at Goblin. Grocery outlet, bargain market. That's why I get my fucking oat milk. dog.
Starbucks uses Oatly, so you know it's good quality oat milk.
Yeah.
All I use is oat milk. I fuck with dairy cheese, but like,
Can't really drink milk like that.
nah,
right?
man, I ain't there guzzling like a
Dog, I was,
guzzling like a 16 ounce of
I was,
milk.
I was at my mom's house, right, with the kids, and there was a fucking gallon of milk sitting on its side in the fridge, right? And it was good. Like the date wasn't bad or anything. And I was gonna pour a bowl of cereal, and because it's on its side.
What cereal though?
Dude, what is it? It's O's. It's the one with
The small box. Honey
Yeah,
Graham.
bro.
What are we talking about? Oh,
Dog, I'm telling you. Yeah, O's. It has it's like a Cheerio, but in the middle there's like sweetness and nut. Pause. But it's good, dog.
these guys. They have premium cereal, premium shoes. I'm still wearing Air Force Ones.
So I pour it from the jug, and I see like some like chunks or something, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? I was
got
like, is
way
this bad? And I had 3 people in the room smell it. They're like, no, it's good. I was like, oh, it's probably because it was sitting on the side. I was like, fuck it, let's take a chance. Shook that shit. It was okay. It's just what is it?
Coagulated?
Yeah, coagulated.
It's my favorite word.
Yeah, I
I
think
use that word a lot.
This is the second fucking podcast. I think you said coagulation.
Coagulation.
Yo, we expanding, dog.
It is.
We expanded.
Shout out to O's.
Shout out to O's.
Hey, you never had O's?
Nah, I never
Dude,
had O's.
you love some O's.
Yo, you love some O's, dude.
What is it? It's like Honey Nut Cheerios or
It's like Honey Nut O's.
It's a smaller box, which I don't know. They should make a bigger box.
You know why? Because it's like you gotta pay more. You know what I'm saying? Like that good weed, right? You get less for more.
Kind of true.
my perfect cereal mix right now is half regular Cheerios and half Honey Nut.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because regular Honey Nut Cheerios is way too sweet.
That's like your 42-year-old self fighting with your 20-year-old self.
43.
I was trying to give you credit, and you took that credit away. Joe, before we end the episode, do you want to shout out your socials or talk about the Wall of Wallace? What do you have coming up, or do you want to let the crowd know? Anything you can talk about.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you guys haven't had Uncle Tito's yet.
Come on.
Then you're
Gotta come by 59 9th Street Mid-Market on 9th Street between Mission and Market.
Yeah.
Inside Sunset Square's food hall.
Yep. It's worth hopping over.
Cheers, party.
It's worth hopping over the homeless shit. It's like playing Pitfall back on the Atari.
It's a really nice spot.
They cleaning it up a little bit over there. So
yeah, it's a really nice
once
spot.
you come inside, you'll feel warm and welcome.
Yeah.
No, that spot is nice, dude. It's really
very
fun,
nice,
dude.
I wanted to do my mom's retirement party there, but like the space is, there's
a lot of
that's
like
a nice space. I
There's
like that
a
space.
lot of moving parts when it comes to like trying to book the space and for itself. Just because like there's so many concepts within it, like.
Support one of the cousins. Come through, support one of the cousins.
Exactly.
Right? You have Sunset Pizza Guys, right?
Sunset Squares Pizza.
Sunset Squares.
And
there's
then
Pixel Cat Coffee that just opened up in there. So when we did our last podcast, that's now a cafe.
Dope.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Namu Stone Pot.
Oh, yeah, Namu.
Is in there.
Yeah.
And then we have Flash Crash Burgers. Also, no Yum Burgers, but
Oh, there's that other spot, though. I think that's kind of like the best at all, no?
Uncle Tito's.
hey,
goddamn
now you fucking
no,
spitting,
dog.
dog.
Yep. Uncle
Jen,
Tito's.
what you got?
Jen got some.
I saw Qbert there. Do you ever see him in the morning? He gets his coffee over there.
Yeah, so Qbert and Dave from Nam, the guy who owns the pretty much every other concept in there, they're homies. So he's over there a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's why they have Insonic over there. That ASR 10, right?
Right.
I don't know. I have no idea. Is that a turntable that's there?
Nah, it's a keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not there no more though.
Not there no more.
He took it back.
I'd take that. I'm about to take that shit. I'm about to take that shit, dog.
But other than that, man, just like kind of reflecting on what we talked about, like this. I just have a Filipino American story to tell. I'm telling it with my brothers.
Come on now.
Just doing what we do.
Thank you, man. Jen, you got any last words?
Yeah, I got 3 things. One, designer to designer. The first time I saw your work, I fell in love with it already.
Real talk, man.
I'm
Thank you,
usually
bro.
kind of picky, like when I'm seeing designers' work, because I could analyze and scan everything. But the way that like you have your balance and everything, and like who you're designing for and what you're kind of like doing it all with, shows a lot, because like I don't really like too many designers out there, and I think
Me neither, Jan.
right. And I think a good test of that whole theory is that when I bought that shirt from you,
Essentially, the Pondesal one, right?
the Pondesal one, and
I won. Did that.
And also, thank you for letting us in the kitchen. And
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
hanging out that night.
For the birthday party was real.
All the
real,
hospitality.
dude.
No.
real good.
It was.
We're all fam now, you know.
You real talk.
It was my birthday that night too, where I was celebrating with my family.
That was your birthday that night?
Yeah, I
Man.
think on that day. And
You
then,
the real Uncle Tito.
And then,
That was our birthday party
Yeah.
too,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything.
I think
but-
we knew that though. Did we not know that?
Nah, he didn't want us to know
No.
that.
He didn't tell us
okay.
until,
He didn't
like,
tell y'all?
later on.
No, I knew.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I knew.
I didn't
You
know.
didn't know?
So then I think a good test of that is that when I bought that shirt, my daughter, who does not like anything because she's like a teen, and I am so proud when we saw each other at the grocery,
Right.
and like I introduce you to her, and I go to her like, he's the one that designed that shirt for you. And she won't give it back, and she won't share it with me.
That's her
Damn.
shirt now.
You need to
That's
follow
one.
her.
That's one. And then second thing is when you're designing or like drawing, what's in your ear? Like, what are you listening to? Like music wise, or anything podcast wise, or
I watch for white noise. I watch The Office.
Yeah.
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 So I just throw that on, and I could go for like hours, man.
Something
Like,
about a paper company.
Yeah, just like
Brings you back.
my most
home.
creative hours
Oh,
are probably like
okay.
10 p.m. to like 2-3 a.m. Like that's probably like my good
That's your
stuff.
design time.
My good stuff is
Yeah.
made at that time.
That's because the frequencies are low for everyone else. Everyone else is sleeping, and you're.
right.
That's dope. That's good to know.
And that's when I'm watching
The Office.
episodes of The Office.
That's
Yep.
And then lastly, what's if you care to share, do you have any like favorite conspiracy theories?
Whoa. Third one is kind of out of the
man,
park.
yeah.
I like that shit though.
Ooh, was there some research behind this conspiracy? He's a couple. Looks like
I don't
conspiracy
know.
theories.
I actually,
Are you big on
Let me-
conspiracy theories?
I'm not.
No. I was like, the Jets
Can I hear,
happened to some
like, yeah, let me hear one of y'all's and then maybe one will come up for me.
Ooh, what's your? Oh, at least Gus is fucking foaming at the mouth. dog.
It's a funny one. I just remember because Ramel talks about it. It's the fucking Stevie Wonder. He could see.
Oh yeah, he can fucking see for show.
That's one. But I think of Michael Jackson's alive.
Ooh,
I really think he's alive. He's coming back.
I had to stick by my guns and say Stevie Wonder can see.
That's a good one.
Because he said, "What's up to Shaq in an elevator, dog?"
What's up, Shaq?
What's up, Shaq? Here's my thing, though. I think he's legally blind, but he can still see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I watched this video numerous times growing up. It's of him doing a drum solo in the 70s, and it's like, how do you know where all the how do you know where the cymbals are, sir?
Interesting.
Stevie, you got some.
Explaining, dude.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do.
Stevie be like, I don't know if you guys watch James Corden, but like, that's the dude who does like car karaoke.
Yeah, car karaoke.
Yeah.
He had Stevie there, and Stevie was FaceTiming people, and I was like, "How do you know what? Why are you
thought you-
FaceTiming anyone?"
I thought you were going to say he was driving, dog.
he did that too. Like he was kind of fucking around. Like
Wow.
I think legally he's blind, but maybe it's like a sensitivity to his eyes.
Oh,
right?
like Daredevil.
Murdoch.
Hey, y'all ever see Shazam with Sinbad?
Yeah.
I heard that conspiracy theory. It's back now. I
No,
searched
what's
it
that?
recently.
What's that conspiracy
Go
theory?
ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Y'all seen it?
Yeah.
I know it exists. I never
Yeah.
watched the movie. I know it
I
exists.
don't remember it.
It doesn't exist, bro. Shazam was Shaq.
Oh, that's right.
Kazam was Shaq.
Oh wait, yeah, there I fucked it up. Kazam was
Kazam was Shaq. Shazam was Sinbad, the comedian that was on A Different World.
but it never exists though, right?
If you Google it now, it's back.
Shazam is back.
Yeah. Shazam. Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
So, I don't know what y'all talking about. My mind is blown. Dog.
This is like VHS though.
Yeah.
right. This is like VHS.
I was told like I thought I knew,
My people told me.
but I guess it really never existed. It only existed in our minds.
That's like
Sinbad.
That's like Darth Vader saying,
We fans. There you go.
"Wow, it's a fucking purple link too." So you know you've been like clicking on this. Shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a nerd like that.
So it's real.
It's back. It just people didn't have a copy of it. It's kind of like no one cared for it, so there was a memory based build for it. When someone actually uploaded the movie, you're like,
Yeah.
no, it exists.
I do remember watching it on Cinemax with the Scrambler.
Oh,
on the
Yeah.
black box.
On the black box.
Skinemax.
Skinemax.
Well, that was my conspiracy theory that
Joe.
he just
That was
shut
a
down.
good
That was
one,
pretty
Joe.
good.
He
That's
shut
pretty
it
good.
down though.
I'm on my phone a lot. Not a real flex. What you got, Ramel?
Like I said at the top of the episode, we got a man here with limitless art put on limited edition clothing. So how dare you, sir, box yourself in?
Yeah.
What you do is you're doing good, right? But it's that same Filipino culture that makes you grow, right? That makes you not, it stays humble to make you look further in to educate yourself as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That same perfectionist, you want to perfect that art. Nah, you're done with this. You want to move on to the next lane when you're already in that lane. You're 2 lanes ahead, my friend.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You're good.
We're gonna keep creating. Catch me at 10 to 2 a.m. watching The Office.
I'm gonna start texting them.
Hey,
No.
Joe, what's up, buddy?
Like I said, like the art is amazing, dog. Like the fact that you can share that and that lives forever.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what's so cool about it. It lives forever. I don't know. Funny story. I was at Ross I was wearing one of your hats, and some guy was like, "Hey, that's a cool hat," and I was like, "Hey, dang, right on." He goes, "Who made that hat?" And I was like, "Oh, Joe." He's like, "I'm his barber." And in my head, I was like, "You knew it was a cool hat. You just wanted to know that I know. Like you wanted me to know that you know the guy that made this hat."
Shout out Velo.
Yeah. You told me about that?
No, you never told me. He cut my hair today.
Yeah,
you never told me about it.
Yeah, he told me about that.
That's hella
it's a cool
funny,
hat.
dude.
And I was like, yeah, this dude named Joe makes it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm his barber." And I was like, "Yeah, boy, he's dope, man. He's dope, right?"
Man,
you're I'm a true fan. You know what I mean? Like visually, everything is cool. Like what Jan saying about that pandas. Like when I seen that, Jan was like, "Oh, that's really good." And I really looked at it and I dissected it, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking sick." Because both of you in the car were talking about, Jan and Rommel talking about how the balance of that, the words and how it ends with the L, like it all kind of like bled in. And I was like, that just sounded sick. And then all your Stitch stuff, like it's like your hats are sick. I'm a real fan, man, and I appreciate what y'all do, and the open arm and the open heart ever since we met is amazing, and I just can't wait to see what's next for you, bro.
I appreciate y'all, and I'll speak for the whole Uncle Tito team, and we appreciate y'all ever since the beginning. You guys, I feel we knew you guys before we even met.
For
you know
real?
what I mean? Like we were all homies before that. So I think it was early on in the FREE99 podcast. We brought some Bowden boxes for y'all.
It was a lot of food.
And
it was a lot of food.
We're just happy to see people talk about it. It was early on for us too. So shout out to just everybody growing, man. We're just gonna keep going.
Keep going, keep growing.
Episode 177, FREE99 podcast. This is Joe Wallace, baby.
Joe Wallace.
Wallace. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
That was dope.